We're going to start with a double leg bridge. So pop your hands down by your side, walk your feet so that they're a comfortable distance away from your hips. And we want your heels in line with your sitting bones, so the middle of your bottom. So all you're going to do is, as you exhale, stand into your heels and let your hips come up. You're going to pause at the top. And then as you exhale again, you're then going to start to roll yourself back down again. So we're going to keep going, and I'm going to attempt to count. We're going to try and do 15. So we want to just keep going through this movement. Now you're going to focus on a few different things as we go. So we always want to try and move this one on your exhale. So you're standing into your feet as you exhale to roll up, pause at the top, and then exhale to come back down again. And if you focus on the back of your head, we want the back of your head to stay relatively still. So you're really loading through your hamstrings, through the back of your thighs and your glutes. So if you try and pull your heels towards your bottom a little bit, you'll notice you get a little bit more kind of movement towards your feet, and the back of your thighs will fire up a little bit more. This is really key in kind of helping with your glute activation, is to get your hamstrings working too. Now, when we're at the top, I want you to feel like your shoulder blades can stay relatively settled onto the floor. So we're not arching up through our back. This should be purely focused on your legs. So it's this feeling of the back of your thighs supporting your legs and your body just hanging off of your legs. So keep using that breath. You can press into your hands a little bit if you want to. And we're aiming to come straight up through the middle and straight back down through the middle. And when you do this, see if you can keep equal weight on your feet. And you should be feeling kind of the backs of your thighs and bottom warming up right now. And every time we want that little bit of a pause. So we go a little bit quicker on the way up and a little bit slower on the way down. This way we really do get that spine mobility at the same time as working your legs. Good, we've got last one. And we're going to be pausing at the bottom and coming into a single leg version straight away. So you're going to stand into one leg, lift up the other, and it's going to stay at tabletop, which is roughly 90-90. Your hands again will just be gently rested by your side. And as you sigh out, press down into your foot so your hips come up. And then you're going to slowly come back down again. So again, we're aiming to do 15. And what we want to do here is really try and keep your pelvis nice and level. Okay, so if you haven't remembered, then go back to your pelvic tilt, your pelvic clock. But we want those hip bones so that when you look down your nose, they are staying equal, kind of like the world's most boring seesaw. And again, you should be feeling the back of your thighs kind of warming up. Your bottom is really extending you here. And we've got that little pause at the top. And when you do have that little pause, really press into your heel. See if you can get up a little bit further into that hip extension, because your glutes really work to drive you into that hip extension. So you'll feel that little bit more there. And again, this shouldn't be in your back. So if it is, see if you can tuck your tailbone under a little bit more, or swap to the other leg and come back to this one. The other thing to focus on is to make sure that the leg that's not doing the work is still vertical. So it's not trying to come across your body in order to balance out your pelvis, but it's staying really vertical. And that way, I've got my right leg working. That will be the one that works an awful lot more. Good, we're going to do 3 more. I've totally lost count. Last 2. Good, 1 more, and you should be really feeling the back of your thigh and your bottom here. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So again, make sure the foot is in line with the sit bone. We're not walking it narrower. Lift up that other leg. And as you sigh out, press down into your heel to come up, and then roll yourself back down again. So we want that little bit more power to push up, and then slowly controlling the down. And again, everything's staying the same. So we're not sort of getting rid of your form in order to just hammer these out. We really want to find that control. So again, you're looking for, are you rolling down the center of your spine? So can you feel each side of your spine touching at the same time? Are your legs doing the work? So it should be very much back of your thigh and bottom. Is your head staying relatively still on this mat? So if all the answers to those questions are yes, fantastic. What you can do is you can add a weight which you can hold onto the front of your thigh, or you can pop your hands straight up into the air so you've got less of a base of support, and that way you'll have to work a little bit harder still through those legs. But again, this should never be in your back. So bridging is something that we can give to somebody immediately post-spine operation. So if this is in your back, try going a little bit less high. So you're only doing a partial bridge. Try taking it back a stage to your pelvic tilt so that you can really feel where the movement can come from. And then you can really work on the fact that your legs are going to support your body. And we've got one more to do. Fantastic. Well done.